The cold morning mist clung to the streets of London as Annie Shephard hurried out of the taxi, her heart pounding like a drum that refused to quiet. Her phone had been buzzing all night. Texts, calls, messages from friends, colleagues, even distant relatives. The headlines were everywhere. Social media was on fire. Ben Shephard dead? Fans devastated by shocking rumors. Annie felt sick just reading it. Inside the quiet ITV building, a small crowd had gathered. Producers whispered in clusters, phones pressed to their ears, faces pale with panic. Ben wasn't just a TV host, he was family to them, and the rumor had spread like wildfire, refusing to be put out. The moment Annie stepped inside, everyone turned. Their expressions were a mix of fear and sympathy. "Annie, have you spoken to him?" one producer asked softly. She swallowed hard. "Not yet. He wasn't answering last night." Her voice trembled. Every scenario raced through her mind, none of them good. The producer gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "Come with me. We've set up a private room." Annie nodded, trying to stay composed. Her hands were shaking, her chest tight. She didn't understand how things had spiraled like this. One anonymous post online, one fake breaking news edit, and suddenly the world believed her husband was gone. As she entered the quiet studio room, memories flashed. Ben laughing on set, Ben teasing contestants, Ben giving her that cheeky grin every morning. She sat down and covered her face with her hands. "What if?" she whispered. The door suddenly burst open. "Annie!" Her head snapped up. There he was, Ben Shephard, breathless from running, hair windblown, very much alive. For a moment, Annie couldn't breathe. She stood, staring at him, as if afraid he might vanish. "Ben?" she choked out. He rushed to her. "I'm sorry. My phone died. I went for an early run and didn't know anything had happened until a neighbor stopped me crying." Annie let out a sound, half sob, half laugh, and threw her arms around him. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she clung to him. "Don't ever do that again," she whispered, her voice breaking. "You scared me so much." Ben held her close, stroking her back. "I'm here. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere." When she finally pulled away, she touched his face as if checking he wasn't an illusion. "People think you're dead, Ben. There are hashtags, articles. They even made fake tributes." Ben exhaled sharply, anger and disbelief flashing across his features. Who would do something like that? Annie shook her head. Someone who wanted chaos. Someone who didn't care what it did to the people who love you. Ben wrapped his arm around her and guided her toward the hallway. "We're putting an end to this, right now." Minutes later, they stepped onto the small ITV press stage. Cameras clicked, lights flickered, producers rushed around fixing microphones. Annie stood beside Ben, still shaken, but determined. Ben took a deep breath and looked directly into the camera. "Good morning, everyone. Rumors about my death have been spreading online. I want to say clearly, I am alive, well, and standing right here." A collective sigh swept through the studio. He glanced at Annie lovingly. Her eyes were still wet, but she stood tall beside him. "These rumors hurt people, my family, my friends, and especially Annie, who spent the entire night terrified." Annie stepped up to the microphone, her voice soft but steady. "Ben is my world, and seeing those headlines, it broke something inside me. Please, think twice before sharing things that aren't verified. Real people get hurt." The studio fell silent, not out of fear, but out of respect. Ben gently took her hand. "We'll get through this together, like we always do." As they walked off the stage, Annie leaned into him. The world outside felt chaotic, messy, and unpredictable, but Ben's arm around her reminded her of the one truth that mattered. He was alive, he was safe, And no rumor, no headline, no cruel online hoax could ever change the love they carried between them.